Hey everybody, it's your boy back again. I know, yeah, I've been gone for a while. As you can hear, I'm pretty sick. I'm not dying or anything. I just have a cold. I was just having dinner alone. It sounds sad when you say it like that, but my partner is in school, like university, like nothing weird. All of a sudden I take a bite. Whoa, what's that? Something sweet, something fruity. Damn, it's been a while since I had a fruit. Sadly, there was no fruit at home. I'll just do a fruit tier list instead of eating one, so at least I can reminisce about what it's like eating fruit. Share some memories, have a few laughs, take a little stroll down memory fruit lane. Let's get into it. Alright, so we're back in it. As you can see, we have a normal tier list here again. The S tier, the A tier, B, C, D, E, F tier, all the tiers. So let's start, shall we? Starting off with an unconventional one, actually. We have the lychee. See, lychee is mostly known for being the fruit that sort of looks like an eyeball. It's a good baseline fruit, right? So nothing sticks out about it. Doesn't taste too much. It's sort of like a gentle flavor. So I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put them right here in C tier. All right, next up, we have the classic orange. So they're juicy, rich in vitamin C, which is one of the better vitamins in the alphabet. They smell good. It's like when you go to buy fruit and you're not feeling too exotic, but you kind of want something that's a little more, on the wild side. You might pick up some oranges. I find that any fruit that you sort of have to peel is like one of the better fruits. You feel sort of a sense of accomplishment once you've peeled it all off and you get to eat your fruit. Yeah. I'm gonna put oranges in the B tier actually, moving on. Is watermelon. See, some people might look down on watermelon and be like, it's like 99% water. And I agree, it is. Picture this, right? You're on the beach and you're just like, you're sweating, it's searing fucking hot outside. You want something refreshing, right? Basically, you can eat your drink. Chewing water, that is genius. So watermelon, A tier. Next up, we've talked about it before. It's the kiwi. The kiwi, that's right. It's a fruit with hair. Now, you know what I think about hair. Coconut, it's their hairy. Not many nuts are hairy. Well, it's the coconut and the kiwi, which two of my favorite things. I like it, You cut it in half, eat it with a spoon. At least that's how I do it. Some people prefer to eat the hair. Now, I don't see the point in eating the hair, honestly. Maybe it's like something they did when they were kids and it's just kind of stuck with them. But for me, I'm like, nah, hair shouldn't be eaten. So I spoon that shit. I don't have too much to say about kiwi except put it in the S tier. This one is a bit of a curveball, but yeah, we got Fruit Loops. Now I know what you're thinking. Hey, you can't put Fruit Loops in there. That's more than one fruit. It is true. It is several fruits combined, but I don't know. I see it as its own entity. Fruit Loops have been around for ages. They have a little funny bird. I don't know what kind of bird it is. Maybe it's like a pelican or something. It's one of those fruits you have for breakfast. Not a lot of fruits you have for breakfast. Usually fruit is sort of like a snack sort of thing. But, I really like them. That's why Fruit Loops are going into B tier. Now the next one will split the room. Yeah, you don't get the joke yet because it's a banana. Banana split. It's a room splitter. Some people insist that the banana is not actually like a fruit. They go like, the banana is actually a berry or a nut or something. No! I don't want to hear that. Disgusts me, honestly. I don't want any of that. It's a fruit. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting a bit riled up because the banana was done dirty, right? There was a smear campaign done on the banana. You remember those old Gainomax commercials, right? Bananas are for monkeys, drink Gainomax instead. Yeah, fuck that. Bananas, they're rich in protein, right? Rich in fiber, potassium. You peel them in a fun way. They're sort of phallic looking, which, people make crude jokes about them, but the banana is the Chad of the fruits. The only thing that sort of, for me, brings the banana down a bit is the fact that it's not very juicy. It's more foodie, I guess. If you're feeling hungry, you might opt for the banana instead of a kiwi or a watermelon. No fucking Gainomax smear campaign. I won't stand for it. Yeah, let's just... Sorry, getting riled up. Banana goes into A tier, right. Alright, next up, it's the mango. I used to be a mango denier in a way. See, I'm still not that big on just eating mango as it is, but mango, put that in a salsa. Oh boy. It's one of those fruits that are sort of deceiving in a way. It looks like it's like plenty of food, you know, they weigh a shit ton. You start cutting into it and you realize that the core is like 90% of the mango. I'm gonna put mango into C tier. Let me just bring the next one in and we can talk about it, alright? It's apples. See, I'm having a hard time placing apples because there's so many different apples, right? It's like picking your class in World of Warcraft. You just don't know where to start. You need like spreadsheets and shit. You need to look at like what suits my eat style, you know? They have varying stats that are better than others. For example, the pink lady might try to rizz you up. It's a little cute, charismatic little apple. You have the Granny Smith, which it's fucking rock hard, sour as shit. Goes heavy on like the defensive stats. And then you have like Royal Gala, which is sort of like the cleric of the apples. It's very wise, very intelligent, probably has healing capacities. I don't know. I'm not big on different kinds of apples. I usually just pick the ones that are closest to me, you know. It's too much to get into. You need to watch like YouTube breakdowns or shit to figure out what apple you want. Some apples are probably up here, some apples are probably down here. Can I place it off to the side here in a way where it's like, yeah, it's a sort of like CB thing. Yeah, it's there. Now this one is gonna make people angry. It's avocado, which I consider to be like the Instagrammer's fruit. Isn't that just sort of like topping nowadays? People just eat it on bread. It tastes like nothing. It's like yogurt in a shell or something. I don't know. Last time I saw an avocado, it was on a Tinder profile 5 years ago when I was single. I'm gonna put it into E tier. Alright, next one. I've decided to call this one Sussy Orange. It's sort of like your oranges that aren't really oranges, so things like a tangerine, a mandarin, stuff like that. It's trying to trick you that it's an orange, and then you start peeling it and you're like, this ain't no orange, right? You got. They're good, I guess, but you know, you just can't get away from that feeling that someone made a fool of you. I find Sussy Oranges to be the fruit that has sort of the highest risk-reward factor, right? Sometimes they're just divine, you know? And other times, they taste like nothing. It's a C tier for me. I would just like to take a quick second to thank our sponsor, Better Get Help. That's what my mom usually tells me when we're on the phone. That wasn't very fun, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, like, I want to thank my biggest sponsor, which is my mom. But yeah, it just came across as pretty sad. I'll get help, Mom, I promise. Shout out to my mom. Thanks. Back to the video. Alright, next up. Oh, do you believe in love? Just kidding. It's cherries. Just like Cher, one of my favorites. What can I say about cherries that hasn't been said before? They come in sort of like a package of two. It's sort of like the peanut thing, but don't let that fool you because cherries are not for babies. As a matter of fact, if a baby would eat a cherry, they would probably die. It's a major choking hazard because they have these little cores in them that you sort of have to spit out and you gotta make sure you don't like bite into them, crack a tooth. Cherries are adult food, basically. That's all I'm gonna say. Cherries. S tier. Next one. I think this one might also split the room a little bit, if I'm gonna be honest. It's the pineapple. Here's what I'm gonna say about the pineapple. Okay, first of all, it's not even an apple. Secondly, they don't have anything to do with the pine tree either, and especially not the pine nuts. Pineapple, you sit on a throne of lies. Even though you're pretty good in like drinks and stuff, it hurts me to put you in the D tier, but it's just false advertisement, right? It's fraud, that's what it is. Next up, I'm gonna follow this up with another one that might be like contentious in a way where people will send me death threats over. It's the canary melon. It tastes bland. I don't like it, so I'll even put it in F tier, you know? It sort of tastes like baby food. It sort of looks like baby food. Yeah, not getting close to me, thank you. Next up, we have peaches. They are the juiciest of the fruits. If you want to eat a peach, you better have a towel ready. And that's exactly what I'm looking for in a fruit. It also is super sweet. It tastes so good. They can have a little fuzz on them, which is sort of like hair. It's a hairy fruit, and it doesn't get better than it, honestly. It's like, boom, S tier peach baby. Hey everybody, it's me. I was just editing the video and I kind of felt bad, and I had to clarify something, that picture I showed when I was talking about my mom isn't actually my mom. It was the first search result I got when I searched for Swedish mom 60 plus. So yeah, if you see her out and about, don't like harass her or anything. No hate to her. And yeah. Back to the video, I guess. Next up we have pear. I'm not gonna say anything about pear. It's a okay fruit. Goes into D tier. Plums. It sort of looks like a grape, but like a huge grape, like a freak of nature grape. Plums are B tier. Grapes are a noble fruit. They're a fruit for kings, philosophers, you know, great thinkers, stuff like that. It's a very well-known fact that without grapes we wouldn't have wine. Jesus turns water into wine, no grapes, he turns water into water, right? Big fucking whoop, no miracle. I'm gonna put them in A tier. Alright, next up, we have the pomegranate, alright? The grenade apple, that's what it means. It's like the most manly of fruits, honestly. Imagine like World War II, what were people eating? Well, probably grenade apples. A tier, S tier, I'm leaning more A tier on this, actually. Okay, before I move on to the two last ones, the fuck is banana doing in A tier? Move it up to S tier. Okay, let's get into the two last ones. We have olives. They're sort of like an old-timey fruit, the silent era's fruit, the baby boomer fruit. Whenever I'm like at a dinner with a bunch of older gentlemen, they're always like, bring out the olives. They taste like old man. I don't get the thing. No. If you like olives, you got it wrong. You got it all wrong. They are F tier. Alright, we've reached the last one, and the last one, it's another one of those package deals. It's lemon and lime. They're not your average sort of fruit, you know, in the sense that you don't just grab one and snack on it while having a coffee with like your coworkers or something like that. If you did, you would probably get weird looks. That being said, it's good fruit, alright? Limes are more like the rich man's lemon, I guess. A tier. And that's it. Alright, join me next week when I run a marathon, but my shoes are actually cake.